The following video and continued growth of this channel are made possible by your support over on patreon.com/616entertainment. Sign up today at any level you choose and help bring these brand new projects to life. Or if you're looking for a brand new t-shirt, maybe stop by prowrestlingtees.com/616entertainment. I got you covered. Across the last two episodes of Triangle X Squared Circle, we've gone deep on WWF RAW and its sequel, WWE RAW 2. Neither game is particularly good, with RAW 2 falling far short of expectations. As a second entry, it should have righted the wrongs of the original, and while there were many more specialty matches and secondary modes, the gameplay was still terrible. After these two failures, developer Anchor Inc. were relieved of their WWE duties, with the keys to the kingdom being handed over to Studio Gigante, a team led by Mortal Kombat co-creator John Tobias. On today's episode of Triangle X Squared Circle, the Wrestling Game Retrospective Series, we close out the Xbox Trilogy with the third and final exclusive entry, WWE WrestleMania 21. You thought Raw and Raw 2 were sights to behold? You ain't seen nothing yet. Business is about to pick up. Oh, what's up, Dan-Dans? My name is Ian. Welcome to another episode of Triangle X Squared Circle, the Wrestling Game Retrospective Series. You know, today's retrospective is only one of many on the horizon, as the Patreon support project is still underway. We are just a few new signups away from unlocking a retrospective on Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Now, if you want to see this come to fruition, just sign up at any level you choose. How about it? And, I guess that's it. That's all the plugging I got. WrestleMania 21, let's get to it. Studio Gigante are the architects behind today's divine creation. This is the team who brought us Tao Feng, the 3D fighting game that was alright. The team led by John Tobias, co-creator of Mortal Kombat. This is a man who had a hand in creating The Pit, Sub-Zero, Scorpion. He's half of Noob Saibot, for God's sake. Anchor Inc. couldn't do it. Raw and Raw 2 both suck. I'm sorry, the gloves are off now. We've got to call a spade a spade. They lost their WWE privileges. Studio Gigante swooped in to blow the doors off the Xbox and finally give the owners of this console a great WWE game.
1, 2, 3. That's gotta be the match of the year, JR. 4, 5.
It's a piece of fucking shit. God damn it. Look, I've kept my language clean lately for a long time, really. I protect the F word like it's Roman Reigns. I don't waste it anymore. WrestleMania 21 fucking sucks. I really think this might be the worst WWE game ever made, and that's really saying something with some of the garbage we've covered on this channel. At a glance, you wouldn't think that WrestleMania 21 was the digital equivalent of a stink face. And I'm talking about the Rikishi deal, not one of those Tori Wilson gimmicks that you'd give your right arm to take. The graphics are insane for the time. The lighting is interesting, sometimes a little intense. I don't know why the Judgment Day arena looks like we're competing under purple lights, but it's something. It's a calling card. Everything falls apart after the initial impressions of the game's presentation. And tell me where you've heard that before. Why could none of these Xbox games nail down the gameplay at all? They all suck to play. But forget the moment-to-moment gameplay for a second. Coming into this episode, I didn't even know if I'd be able to play WrestleMania 21. Why? Because Studio Gigante was such a fucking clown show that the game shipped riddled with bugs. And I don't mean a frame skip here or a freeze there, though that does happen quite often. I'm talking about the fact that portions of this game are not even accessible on the disc. WrestleMania 21 had a deep career mode where you'd scratch and claw your way to the top. It could have been interesting to take a look at it. And I don't have that option because the game didn't fucking ship with the working career mode. It's blacked out on the main menu. It's completely inaccessible. This is fucked beyond belief. People who bought this game were eventually able to download a patch that claimed to correct multiple issues, and this patch did indeed unlock the career mode, but the servers are long since shut down. The Platinum Hits version of WrestleMania 21 hit store shelves with the corrective patch applied to the disc itself, which means that if I had gone on eBay and bought another copy of this game under that label, we could look at career mode. But I don't fucking think so. Not a chance. So if you came here today hoping that's what I was going to spend a ton of time on, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not buying another copy of this game. I don't even want this copy. I'd like to throw it in the fucking fire. Buy it again, please. Okay, moment-to-moment gameplay time. Did you see that? The opening seconds of the match, I throw a dick punch from 4 feet away, and the collision detection is so bad that Edge sells it as if it landed. Look at Ric Flair and I crashing through the top of the cell. First of all, slow it down. What the fuck are we doing all the way over here? Second of all, we land and I sit up for some reason. Ric Flair actually gets to his feet before I do, and once he's finally up, I fall asleep.
Close, but no cigar.
In a cage match, there's no minigame to escape. There's no meter, no timing deal. You just get to the top and then slow motion. You move like you're trying to sneak over the top of the cage and not make a sound like the opponent is taking a nap and you don't want to wake them up. In a ladder match, we've got one of these situations where you've got to hang from the belt in order to get it down. If the other guy gets up there first, you can't just grab his feet and yank him like in SmackDown or AEW Fight Forever or literally any other good wrestling game ever made. No. You've got to climb to the top of the ladder just to throw a punch to knock him down. Figuring out how to break tables was like solving a puzzle. The buttons to pick up and set down the table simply don't work sometimes. I'm not kidding. It's the damnedest thing you'll ever experience. But once I set the table up, I tried slamming through it. No dice.
Star shows even the slightest hint of weakness, he's lost the match.
The choke slam, all the way from hell.
Eventually, by pure chance, I realized that if you grapple an opponent near a table, sometimes, and I stress sometimes, you'll automatically drape your opponent across the table. In my hours and hours of gameplay, it seems to me that a pile driver is the only move in the game that can break a table. And speaking of breaking, where does the table go? It disappears immediately upon impact. It's like we broke the goddamn thing into such small wreckage that it completely disintegrated. But that's not the only breaking we've got on our plate. This game barely runs. Barely runs.
I don't think you can break the hold, Cole. I think he's gonna tap.
An incredible finish to an incredible match.
This is real hardware. This is a real Xbox with a real WrestleMania 21 disc. This is not a wonky emulator or a Fugazi recreation. This is legit, but that's nothing. My Eddie Guerrero versus Edge match, I literally thought this Xbox was about to burst into flames. Look, I took a video on my phone because I could not believe what I was hearing. I borrowed this Xbox from a Dan named Kiko Olvera. I thought I was going to have to buy him a new one. All this for the match to eventually load up and for this to happen.
Minneapolis, Minnesota. Hey, Taz, what's your prediction for this match? Soda.
4, 5.
Not to be outdone, Kane and Shelton Benjamin put on a show of their own.
He's stalking his opponent from the top turnbuckle.
There's commentary from Michael Cole and Taz, as well as Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler. Sometimes, in certain matches, they're just not here. I have no explanation for where they are, but it's silence in the booth. You want to hear something really bizarre, though? Listen closely to Michael Cole and Taz here.
Besides the win, what's on the line for these superstars in this match?
One word, Cole, pride. Pride. There's a lot of pride on the line in this one. No one wants to be second best.
Man, when it comes to that 5-star frog splash, no one gets as high as Rob Van Dam.
Who the fuck was that? Who said that?
Man, when it comes to that 5-star frog splash, no one gets as high as Rob Van Dam.
That's not Taz, and it's not Michael Cole. Who the fuck said that? We're never gonna get to the bottom of this. There's no way to know. Somebody put this out there as like a video game conspiracy or something. I don't know. What do we do now? Game sucks. We've covered that. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to try and find some positives when it comes to WWE WrestleMania 21. Let's do it. One of the main bragging points for WrestleMania 21 was the Pro Reversal system, where instead of the same animation playing for every move that gets blocked, every individual move would come with its own reversal animation. We're talking hundreds of different reversal animations. Now, does it work well? Not really, but it's a good idea, and that's a positive. This sort of timing-based, move-specific reversal system was eventually done well in TNA Impact and WWE All-Stars. Let's talk blood. The juice is loose here in WrestleMania 21, and holy jeez does the red fly. Look at this. I feel like I'm watching Rocky. I feel like I'm playing Mortal Kombat. Hey, John Tobias, this was your doing, wasn't it? Honestly, I like seeing the blood in Ric Flair's hair. He was famous for turning his white blonde hair totally red, and there's a bit of staining happening here. Am I reaching for positives? Yeah, but I told you, I'm trying my best. We've got to create a belt feature, which I always appreciate. There's only one strap option, and most of the plates are bizarre amalgamations of pay-per-view logos and mismatched colors, but what the hell? Create a belt. How about it? Physics are always important in fighting and wrestling games, and WrestleMania 21's physics are astounding. Specifically on the female characters. Jesus Christ, this is probably the best part of the game. Do you hate smooth transitions between celebration animations and the rematch menu? You're in luck. Check out how abrupt this is. Are you sickened by action that runs at a perfect 60 frames per second? Hey, WrestleMania 21's multi-man matches are for you. This frame rate is single digits for all you Rough Riders out there. Tired of your shirt? Watch it betray its own existence before your very eyes. I told you I could find positive aspects of this game. Look, come on. Who do you think you're dealing with here? The fact of the matter, though, all jokes aside, is this. WrestleMania 21 is the worst WWE game I have ever played, bar none, no contest. There might be games out there that you don't like WWF Warzone. Don't even try and compare them. WWE Crush Hour, is that a good game? No. But at least it's fun. WrestleMania 21 hardly functions. I don't even feel comfortable calling it fully operational because it's not. I can't even access the fucking career mode. God. We gotta wrap this up. WWF RAW was a letdown, even for a first attempt. WWE RAW 2 really sucked because, as a sequel, it should have benefited from the team's experience. There were more features, sure, but the core gameplay was still atrocious. WrestleMania 21, the last gasp, the final hope of wrestling fans with Xboxes, bursted into the living room and took a shit right on the fucking floor. This is the end of the Xbox Trilogy and the end of WWE on Xbox. Luckily for fans of the green gaming brand, all of this console exclusive nonsense would be cast aside going forward, allowing Xbox 360 owners to inherit the SmackDown vs. Raw franchise. As a lifelong PlayStation guy myself, I say now to my Xbox brethren, I'm sorry you had to go through this. The Xbox Trilogy is worse than being a WCW kid with a PS1, because even if World Tour and Revenge were exclusively on N64, I could just flick the WWF switch and play SmackDown and SmackDown 2. You guys had nothing. Bupkis. Nada. And that's not fair. As a PlayStation guy, I'm glad our SmackDown series made its way over to you. There's no reason we all can't have nice things. Where are the tops of the announce tables? How can those be missing? In what world does... I can't. It's over. The Xbox Trilogy is over. WWE WrestleMania 21 reviewed like shit. Everyone with a brain in their head hated it. The game sold worse than Raw and Raw 2, meaning that, luckily, the consumer base learned something from those prior titles. Sure, it was another developer. I don't care. It is what it is. This chapter is closed. Oh, there it is. That's my Triangle X Squared Circle retrospective on WWE WrestleMania 21. And with that, the Xbox Trilogy comes to a close. Now, where do we go next? Well, Dan-Dans, the hits keep on coming. Join me next time for a deep diving retrospective on Backyard Wrestling 2, There Goes the Neighborhood. I covered the original Backyard Wrestling game like 4 years ago in season 1 of this show. Check out that episode. The link to the complete first season is in the description. Dan-Dans, if you liked this video and you want to see more like it, please consider supporting me over on patreon.com/616entertainment. I'm a one-man crew. I do all of this myself. And supporting the channel financially does not come without rewards. The Patreon support project is put in place to show that every single supporter that comes through is going to lead to further work, bigger retrospectives, and harder-hitting videos, which I think you'll all be a fan of. Thank you very much for watching. I love ya, and I'll see you next time.